Yes, grafters. Here we are for another round one game. This is first game between RoyalBlu and Grievance. Grievance, who I think is on the spreadsheet as somebody else. Okay, so anyway, this is RoyalBlu in the top left of Submarine, and this is Grievance, who's about to build a depot. Not quite at the top of the ramp, but somewhere close to it. Right out per execution in the bottom right. So let's see what these players are going to crack out for us. This is, of course, a best of 3. It's a round 1 game. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen anything of either of these players. I'm not even 100% sure who they are. I must say this might be Toby. Might. Anyway. It's a supply depot barracks, nice and normal. It's pylon gateway, also nice and normal. I don't mind the lack of a complete wall in, certainly on the Protoss side, not much point really against Terran. Walls are very important against Zerg. You want to keep those lings out of your base. Arguably against Protoss, if this was slightly later in the competition and things were getting a bit more technical, you want a wall to keep the adept shades out of your base, but I'm not so sure we're going to see that. These workers unfortunately not actually mining. If you rally them to the gas before it's finished, I'm not sure that they do automatically mine. I kind of thought they did, but maybe they don't. Not sure. Anyway, it's a side core coming down, and that is as it should be. And there's going to be a second gateway. There is already a second pylon, and it's in a good position so that it can drop a shield battery here when this side core finishes up. And I like a shield battery in the mineral line. I like it a lot. It's a useful thing. Can protect you against all sorts. It'll protect you against Reapers, can protect you against Oracles, protect you against Banshee, harass, all sorts of stuff. It does a very good job of. So here comes the worker for RoyalBlu, presumably to drop a Nexus as soon as he has enough minerals, and that's absolutely fine. They're obviously just rallied to this location, but I imagine as soon as the mineral hits 400 we're going to see a Nexus come down, and that's okay. Yeah, I mean, arguably these 2 gateways, I'd have much preferred to see the Nexus before those. I would only build 4 gates before Nexus if I was actually going to 4-gate. I mean, maybe that is the build we're going to see, but then you don't tend to drop the Nexus until you know it's working or isn't. So maybe it's some sort of hybrid build, I'm not sure. Anyway, the expo a little faster for Grievance. Grievance continuing to tech up. We've got a reactor coming down on the barracks. They do take a while. Now these stalkers, there isn't much here to defend, but there is a bunker. So if these SCVs repair the bunker, he should be absolutely good as gold, but he doesn't want to lose this command center. So stalkers are going to come up, but no repair on the bunker. Nevertheless, it is doing a pretty good job of crunching through these stalkers. It's worth noting that Marines in a bunker have a longer range than Marines not in a bunker. Oh, the Marines are just moving. They're not on an attack command and they die for free. That is hideous to watch. It looks like actually this delayed 4-gate push is going to be successful here. It's certainly going to get this command center, and it doesn't look, the Marines just coming out aren't going to be able to do enough. Hellions are not what you want to build against stalkers. They just don't do well at all against them at all. Cyclones, perhaps, or Widow Mines, siege tanks certainly. Siege tanks are good against everything on the ground, to be honest. But yeah, in the end, that push from RoyalBlu was enough to seal the deal. So yeah, arguably Grievance might have been able to hold if he'd have played this a little bit differently. So worth remembering, your SCVs can repair your buildings. If the building is damaged already, you can just right click on it and the SCVs will repair it. If it isn't, they won't. Another trick that you can do is down in your command console in the bottom right, if you right click the repair button, which is like a little sort of spanner, as you'd imagine, that autocasts repair, and an SCV with that autocasted that is idle will automatically repair anything in its sort of vision range that needs repairing. So what you can do if you know that push is coming, you can pull a handful of these SCVs, maybe 5, put them behind the bunker, put them on auto repair, and that bunker just won't die then, and it will just see all of this off. The other thing you can do is lift the command center and fly it to safety. Had he done that, probably could have held, certainly until he had enough to push it all back. Anyway, as it was, he didn't, and RoyalBlu takes the first game. GG.